Hi, I'm Brina.
And I'm Dee Dee.
And we're Mighty Moms, to Owen and Tad, who are both on the autism spectrum,
We're going to share real, honest content and experiences
about what it's like to be a mom of a kiddo on the autism spectrum.
Between the two of us,
There
is
is
nothing
nothing
we haven't experienced.
We don't hold back, and neither should you.
Here we go.
All right. Welcome to Mighty Moms podcast number. We don't know.
It's okay.
We've had so many now. We just don't know. No.
We can't keep up with them.
We can't keep up with them. But today we have a special guest here by the name of Mark Meeks. He's with Redline Functional Fitness.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Mark is about to start his own podcast.
Yes.
Hopefully so here and let us produce it. So we're super excited about that.
He's possibly our first client.
Possibly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lucky. Right?
Number one.
Well, he came in last week and we were talking about just to like see the studio and see kind of how the podcast production works. And we got into a really great conversation about fitness and health and nutrition and all those things. And we were like, oh, that's good. Yeah, you adjusted the sound. That
I'm
sounds
sorry.
great. No, that's great.
When you produce your own podcast while you're doing a podcast, it's a little difficult.
We are literally flying a plane and building it at the same time.
That's right.
It's a story of my life.
Yep.
But anyway, so Mark was here and we were talking about a lot of things that I know we relate to as autism moms. And we were like, you need to be a guest on the podcast so we can talk about these things. And then our viewers and the moms that are a part of our worldwide cult of autism moms can hear this too. Because we talked about things from nutrition to...
we don't take care of ourselves. You know, that's the last thing.
We put ourselves last. Yeah.
But we need to change that mindset and put ourselves at the top because we're the ones caregiving. And if we're not healthy and we're not able to care for our child, then what are we?
You can only edify others as much as you're edified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like when you're on a plane and they say, put the oxygen mask on at first yourself.
Yeah.
And I always think about in that situation how hard that would be, but it's so true because you do have to take care of yourself before you can help anybody else.
Yeah.
I know
You're
that
so right.
like this is talking about nutrition. One of the first things that comes to my mind as an autism mom as like with a child who has sensory processing disorder as it relates to food. I know that I find myself making Owen something to eat. Maybe he doesn't like it, and that ends up being what I eat. And it's not necessarily healthy or, you know, or you're just like, well, if this food is here, I'm not going to waste it, so this is going to be my lunch, you know. And it's maybe not something that's healthy or nutritional or should even be on my diet plan. So anyway, so what do you suggest for a woman who's busy, who never puts herself, exhausted? Like, where do we start? That's a loaded question, by the way, but an important one.
And like Brina said, though, let me touch on the sensory part. Like our autism kids, Tad doesn't fall in this category because we started him early on eating vegetables and all that, and he craves that stuff. But he does remember Cheetos, and every time he does see a Cheeto or something, I'm like, no,
Kids
you
never
can't have
forget
those.
the Cheetos.
You can't have those. But like a lot of kids that are in our ministry, I notice when they bring their snacks, like one child has all orange foods.
Oh, really? Because
so
he likes that color?
And it's carbs. It's like Cheetos. It's Cheez-Its. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's wrong. If we're to the point at times, if you give
Whatever
your kid whatever they will eat because
Yeah.
they're so limited on food.
Right.
But as moms, I can't imagine if that's all that you're buying for your child, chicken nuggets and fries. That's a big thing for our autism kids. Then what are you buying for you? Because I know that when I'm busy and stuff, like I'll eat some of Tad's gluten-free chicken nuggets, and that's not always healthy. But anyway, so is there some kind of...
And sometimes a lot of it is skipping meals.
Yeah.
I think.
Don't
for
eat.
us. Yeah. And we talked about that too,
And then
because I was like,
binge.
it was 3:00 and I was like, I haven't eaten anything today, but I've had 2 venti coffees.
And then you're starving
Yeah.
to death. You just eat anything you can find so fast.
That's what happens.
Your blood sugar will drop and just eat everything in sight.
Yes.
Yeah.
The number one thing is you need to know how much you need to eat in a day and in a week.
Okay.
All right. And
So
I'm
how do you
taking
find
notes.
that out?
I'm taking
asked
notes.
me.
Okay. So he's setting up a little bit of a plug here. So he does have a program that he's developed in an app, right? That you're able to.
So, like anybody who doesn't live here.
That's
so
what I was going to say.
I guess
Well, this is
for people that
worldwide.
don't know,
So
I have a brick and mortar gym. I've had a gym for about 10 years now. And now I'm just now venturing out into the online space to reach more people. I have a lot
And your
of,
brick and mortar's in Durant on right off of Main Street or
on
First
Katy Street. Yes, about 3 blocks from
Okay.
here, maybe
Okay.
4.
yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
And it's an old building that it has been refurbished. This is the first time
beautiful.
electricity's been in there in 80 plus
Oh,
years.
Oh,
or something like
wow.
that.
That's awesome.
And so it's pretty awesome. Y'all need to come by and check it out
Yeah,
one day.
we will for sure.
But first things first, most women have a goal of losing weight. I mean,
Yep,
to be honest
Sure.
with you.
Yep.
We don't want to be fat
So, and
or lumpy.
Ain't nobody want to be fat.
You
Sorry
know.
if that offends anybody, but
I'm not saying I'm skinny. I'm just saying nobody wants to be fat. It's miserable.
it is miserable.
I'm going to say, I've got that 1%. I see these 1%ers every now and then that,
Are you looking
man,
at
I'll
me?
work out. No, I'm looking at you because I need a point of contact, Dee Dee.
Okay.
Just so,
Do I make you nervous, Mark?
maybe. Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
The reason why we're heavy is because we overeat. End of story.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to rub some people the wrong way because all the junk that's out there, on social media about it's sugar, it's this. No, it's the sugar is not the poison. Number one, it's the amount of sugar you eat, but the sugar makes you overeat. You know how
Yeah.
it is. You go, there's
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
empty calories. You eat that
I know all
brownie.
about empty
Listen,
calories.
and
That's
I
what
love-
I've
I
heard
love sweets,
about my
so I gotta-
coffee.
Yeah,
My coffee that I have every day is
And
empty
so,
calories because the things I put in it.
exactly. So outside of that, you need to know how much you need to eat to what's going to make you lose weight and gain weight. So inside the app, the first 5 days you're in it, I actually have a just a little bit of short teachings on it. And,
Oh, nice.
And so, and that's just called like your TDE, the amount of calories you can take in a day. I
Right.
kind of changed the name of it for.
And we'll link the app in the comments.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
And I just changed the name just to be more enticing for women to realize what they're doing. I like to call it your body comp number. All right, so if you can find your
I like that
body comp
better.
number, all right,
Taking notes.
you can change your body composition. If you want to eat above that, you can get bigger. And
Ooh.
if you want to get smaller, you can eat less than that. And then if you would like to stay the same, you eat right around that. Now, there's always a little bit of a variance somewhere.
And you're talking about calories
Yes, calories.
because you said last week a calorie is a calorie.
A calorie is a calorie. All right. That is a huge debate. It is and it isn't.
Yeah.
But all a calorie is a unit of measurement.
Right.
Okay. Like a mile is a mile. When you look at it like that, you're like, oh, okay. Because that's what it is. Now,
It's a long ways.
but it is. But the
I
thing
agree.
is, though, you're like, hey, let's go run a mile. And you're like, okay. And you think we're going to go on, just a flat hill. down
Oh,
the
yeah.
road.
It's different.
But no, we're going to go uphill in the heat or in the sand or in the snow. So, yeah, it's the unit of measurement. That means some of them don't suck.
That's a
Yeah,
great analogy.
it is a
I
good
like
analogy.
that.
Did you run a mile on the beach in the sand barefoot? Did you,
Yeah.
so.
Running in the sand is hard.
Yes.
So we want to
Yes.
run on a flat surface on a great
Downhill.
day downhill, right?
Downhill
Exactly.
would be great. I mean,
So-
a slow decline, not like, yeah.
So your number one, and your number one is the amount of calories you take in. Okay. Number two is your protein. A lot
Okay.
of women lose muscle mass because I had a message the other day from a lady that lives out of town. She lived in Durant at one time and come to the gym for a couple of years and has lost some weight, but I'm just losing all my muscle. And my doctor says I need more protein, and I'm getting in 40 to 50 grams a
Yeah.
day.
Remember, I was
And you're
telling
like,
you, I
"That's
was like,
not enough."
I finally put my stuff in my journal, my app.
I
which
told her to log everything because
Yeah.
everybody says I don't eat that much or I do this.
I
and do
logged
that, and then
it,
you log it,
and
you're
I was like
oh.
70 grams of protein.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And I actually thought I ate a lot that day as
a lot
far as
more
protein.
Protein, yeah.
But by
I
the
remember
way,
you saying
ever since I've
120.
gotten my proteins in, and it does make you feel different. I don't feel as fluffy. I know I didn't lose a lot of weight or in like what, a week.
Yeah.
But
It
does make you feel full, and
You're probably getting rid of some inflammation also.
maybe
in
so
that
too,
process
yeah.
too.
So that's where you pique my interest and I think so many women are walking around with so much inflammation that they look bigger and they are bigger, and not that they don't have fat to lose, but like I know I have autoimmune issues, so it causes me to, like, I'll have a really puffy week, and the next week run into somebody and they're like, that I met last week, and they're like, makes me look like a different person, especially like your face and everything like that. So I think a lot of women are walking around with so much inflammation due to underlying conditions or stress or things like that. Cortisol, we talked about that. So how does protein offset inflammation?
like you said,
I'm not a scientist.
Well, you just said something about inflammation, and it made me think,
I know,
okay,
that's
so
what
you're
made me
saying
scared.
protein offsets.
I'm not saying that. The thing is, if you're full, you're gonna eat. You're gonna stay away from the foods. Like grains is a great example.
that causes the
Grains cause
inflammation.
Inflammation. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sugar.
I'm
So,
like
but
about to go
also, like,
get some chicken after this. If
Hopefully, I set a lot of women free right here. A lot of women, when they start working out, and it's hard. Consistency is the key, and I just don't know where to look sometimes. That's why I'm staring at you, Dee. Okay.
It is. I just was seeing if I was in. Am I in the picture?
hey, TikTok.
So anyway, what they do is they'll start working out,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh man, and after 3 weeks, it's not working. I'm just getting bigger. And a lot of things, or they may drop a little bit, gain a little bit, or I'm getting bigger. Like, no, you've got some inflammation, just some exercise-induced inflammation.
Yeah.
And it takes a few weeks for that to
Yeah.
be flushed out of your system. How that exactly works, I don't know. I just know that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do talk
But
to
it's
people that
worth
are
it to
smarter
keep
than me.
going. It's
Yes.
worth it to keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
And
But also, you will gain when you gain muscle. You do gain weight, so women have to get off of the gaining weight.
don't
part.
look at. I would say don't look at the scale when you first start.
Like, go
well,
by
first
your
of all,
body fat,
remember
right?
This. Remember this.
Yeah, and how you feel.
Working out does not make you bigger or smaller. Your nutrition always makes you bigger or
Yeah.
smaller. And we've gotten away from that. That used to be the thing back in the day. All right. Everybody understood, not everybody, but most people understood that.
Yeah.
Now, everybody has a channel on something. They can say what they want.
Yeah.
And if it resonates with somebody, it's the gospel truth with
Yeah.
no
Sure.
scientific data to back it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so true.
And that for example, anytime you get online, it's always do this, do that, don't eat sugar, eat this, eat your carbs. Don't.
Inundated until
and
you
it's-
don't know what to do.
I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable in a lot of that, and it overwhelms me.
Yeah.
Until like I talk to you and you're like, let's go back to the basics.
Yeah.
Like, let's shoot back to the basics.
Remember this: when somebody says something, look and see what they're selling. I'll guarantee they have a logo somewhere back behind
Yes.
them. They're selling something. Don't eat this, don't eat that. But
Yeah.
hey, get this. This is the best
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
They're an affiliate of it, or
Yeah.
they created it, something along them.
Sure.
There's always something underlying
Right.
On that. And number two is. That's number two. This could be number 4 for all I know. Whatever point
It's
I'm
okay.
on.
We don't even know what episode
Yes.
number we're on, so it's fine.
You have to do something that you can sustain for long term.
Yes.
All right.
It's
I
not
think
a diet.
So many
It's a
times
change
people
of life.
start something and they set unrealistic expectations or don't go into it gradually and they burn out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because now I'm a fan of any diet if it's sustainable and you can stick to it for forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that and you're not getting overweight, you're not turning into a slob.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, I'm all for it. I do not care what it is.
Yeah.
But no matter which one you do, whether it's keto, paleo, carnivore, if it fits your macros, whatever one you want to do, no matter what, you can't overeat. And you've got to get your protein in to maintain your
Sure.
muscle mass. Okay, that is across the board. Now, with that being said, is if you can maintain your calories, then it's like, oh, I want to have a brownie. I love brownies. You know what? So my wife's going on a trip this week, all right, to go help her sister. And I'm going to have the kids for a couple of days. And Carter's getting ready for school. She goes, Daddy, guess what? Guess what? She goes, guess what we're doing after school today? I go, Mommy and I are cooking some cookies.
Oh,
we're gonna make some cookies, and Kelsey does everything from scratch. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
nice.
they're awesome.
Yeah.
And
Kelsey will take some of your cookies.
yes. And
Make them
so-
gluten free, please.
Yeah. You put some extra protein in them somehow. I don't know.
I'll make some protein cookies.
Protein
Yeah.
cookies.
So
Peanut
anyway,
butter? Peanut
so
butter?
I'm gonna have a couple cookies today.
Yeah.
All right. Now the thing is, I don't want to have a couple cookies every day.
Sure.
And then because when I eat 2 cookies, it's hard for me to eat 2 cookies.
Yeah, that's
Right.
not a
2
lot.
turns to 44. cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got to be, and I know that about myself. But the thing is, it's like, I'll hear some people like, oh my God, the sugar, I can't believe you're putting that in your body. And you got to
Yeah.
remember, even with all the, I'm going to use, oh man, I'll pick a subject here.
Yeah.
Even with all the pesticides that are out there,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not I listened to one the other day. You would have to have like 35 heads of
significant,
lettuce, 3,500 heads of lettuce for you to get the amount of pesticide that they're putting into the rats that they're
Yes.
testing it on. So remember, it's not the pesticide itself sometimes, it's the dosage
Yeah.
Yeah.
of that. So you got to be careful of that. Now,
Sure.
there's nothing wrong with staying away from it, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying,
Yep.
if you need to have a brownie every now and then, have a brownie
Have
that's
a brownie.
sustainable.
Yeah.
But just have a little bit.
But you make sure you're getting your protein in. So, and another thing I like to do is have people. Now people freak out and I'm like, hey, log your food, and I'm like, you give me 3 days. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's a game changer. 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can because it's horrible logging all your food.
Yeah.
Whether it's I
But-
think you
but
do better
that-
writing it down.
Okay, but your
Yeah.
app will allow you to see what everybody eats.
Yes, if you
That
log it
is
in, so it's
awesome.
just like MyFitnessPal, but it's
Yeah.
inside my app, and I can get on
Gotcha.
there, and so
And I
it helps
know-
helps me hold you accountable.
Yeah.
also.
I know we had talked because we were talking about birthday cake or something like that last week, and you were like, if you want a piece of birthday cake, have a piece of birthday cake. But if you know that party's coming up this Saturday and
That's what I
you
was about
know
to
you're
say,
going to
yep.
have cake, so explain
Yeah.
that.
So-
you can back off the days before.
Let's just say you eat 2,000 calories a day. That is your body comp number. If you're under 2,000, you're going to lose. If you're over 2,000,
Gotcha.
And I'm oversimplifying
Sure.
this just for an example.
Sure.
Okay. So, hey, we're going out. We're partying. We're going to birthday parties. We're going to drink a little. So, take 500 calories Monday through Thursday. All right. There's your whole day's worth of food right there.
Take off 500 calories per day in preparation for that day that you know you're going to
Yep.
have the extra calories.
Yes. Now, and then the days that you know you're just gonna and I'm going for the ultimate party goer foodie kind of person right here. Okay. So you've got an extra 2,000, then you got your regular 2,000. So you got 4,000 calories. If you will make your main focus when you wake up in the morning, protein only. Okay, so don't wake up and eat pancakes. Wake up,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
have a small steak or something. Have some eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you get your if you can get 60 to 80% of your protein for that day, then just let loose. You will not lose. Okay. Now the problem is what most people do is they do so good Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
And then
Or
on the
Monday through
weekends,
Thursday?
it's over.
and then
and so
Or
it's
run
just
it
a
all
wash.
on one day.
so now he doesn't do this anymore. You know what Chad used to tell me? So Chad,
I don't know, Chad.
yeah, you'll get to know Chad.
Okay. Do you
Chad-
know Chad?
Yeah.
Hey, Chad.
Chad's gonna do the podcast with me.
Okay.
So, Chad used to live at the lake.
Okay.
And you know how lake people are. There's
I'm a
different-
lake people. I know how they are.
Different animal.
Yeah.
And he started working out with me. This has been a few years ago.
Okay.
Now,
And he
he's
didn't. And he didn't work out before that, or he didn't work
No.
out with you. He didn't work
would
out at
go-
all.
He would go running, but running's not really working out.
Yeah. Yeah. Per Mark.
Anyway,
That's another episode.
yeah. He would go run, and he's used to working out, and he had, of course, he had a beer belly. He got that lake beer belly.
Sure.
And he's a little guy.
Yeah, he's small. He's small. He's an inch shorter than I am.
Sorry, Chad. I'm just like
But I'm
envisioning.
short though, so
Yeah. I mean,
So when you're
I
an inch
don't
shorter than
mean
me,
like.
it's like being 5 inches shorter than me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to talk to him about his nutrition. He was like, I mean, firm.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
I have
I
my
live at the
beer
lake.
on the weekends at the
Exactly.
lake.
Yeah.
Nothing counts on the weekends, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, golly, you're so. So I'm like, okay, let's just bring him in a little bit. So he starts working out a few months, and he starts seeing a little bit of results. He's getting strong. He ain't getting skinnier, okay?
Yeah.
Because he is drinking his calories
Sure.
and eating
Yeah.
Cheetos and the
Yeah.
Cheez-Its and
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
cake.
carbs.
He ate everything. And, well, not just the carbs. You think whenever you make cake, all the oil that's in there,
Yeah.
I mean, just insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I talked to him. I'm like, Chad, let's look at the calendar. Let's find 3 weeks where there's not a lot of lake stuff going on.
Yeah.
The winter.
In the winter, January.
And I said, let's just quit drinking beer for those 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And of course, he's like, oh. I go, do you want to see results or not?
Yeah.
He's been in
Like,
long
how
enough.
bad do
He's
you wanna
committed.
see it?
He's
Yeah.
committed to Monday through Thursday. Okay. And finally, I talked him into it. And he's like, all right, we looked at the calendar. He found some time. He
Put on each day, no beer,
he might
no
have
beer,
slipped one
no
day,
beer,
Dry-
no
one
beer,
weekend.
Dry week.
But it was literally, it was like his belly just disappeared.
I was gonna say I've seen your snaps. I'm like, where are you
I
going
will
with this? Because he looks.
No, this was a few years ago when he
Oh,
first
okay,
started.
okay.
So then he.
I know there's moms out there going, of course he did. It's a
a
guy. It's a
I know,
man.
yeah.
Because that's
It's a
what
man.
first came to my mind. It is true, though. They
There's-
do. You do, like, it's so, like a guy can be like, yeah, I'm not going to have sodas for a week.
Yeah.
And they lose 10 pounds. Like, I already don't have sodas. Do you know what I mean?
Hold on. We're going to have some women here in a minute. You hold on a
Okay,
second. I'm gonna give y'all some
okay.
encouragement.
Yeah.
All right? So
Okay.
hold on, ladies. I just got to pick on Chad for a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Chad.
So, anyway, so it changed his life. But then again, he took 3 years off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what? Off of working?
Working
Working out.
Yeah.
And he came
Okay.
back fierce, right?
So here's what happened. So for those of you, give you some perspective, I don't know how old y'all are, but I turned 50 here in a couple weeks. All right?
44.
44? Dee Dee?
I'm 43.
Dang, girl. And so Chad.
I'm young. No, I'm kidding.
such a
You're the
kid.
youngest one here.
I remember those days.
Oh, whippersnapper.
So Chad turns 50 in January, coming up. Well, every now and then he would visit the gym because I'm going to start coming back to the gym.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
we
he
all do
cut-
that to say that we're members there and that we go to the gym.
Yeah. He can say he worked out for that
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 month period.
Yeah.
And he would just go too hard, too heavy, and he's being Chad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he never would finish anything, and he'd be laying on the ground when he's done. I'm like, I told you not to do it. I know. And then I wouldn't see him for
He
another
couldn't
6 months.
recover.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't recover.
Well, but guess what? When you reach a certain age, and y'all are up on this
Yes,
age now,
we know about it. You
people
don't have
that
to be gentle
No, people. I won't be.
because we know.
no.
I'm only gentle in person with you, but on something like this, I'm just kind of
Yeah,
blunt.
you just have to
So-
say it like it is.
But
yeah.
all of a sudden, people start dying.
Yeah.
All right, people start falling over dead
Yeah.
just from poor nutrition, lack of exercise. It's those two things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he called me. This was the beginning of the year, I think it was. It could have been the end of last year.
This year, but
and he called me up
yeah.
and he goes, hey, do you see where Alvin died? And I said, yeah, I saw it.
That's your classmate,
He was a year older than
but
us.
still so close.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he goes, I'll be at the gym Monday. And
Wow.
I said, that's fine, you can come, but here's the deal, it's baby steps for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where people mess it
Yes.
up. They act like they're in a competition or
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, oh my God, just stop. It's baby
This
steps.
is my husband to a T. Like he is, oh my gosh! Like he'll say, "I'm going to go work out," and he's like trying to do a marathon on his first
Yeah.
day there,
Yeah.
and then he burns
It's all
out.
in.
Yep, and they burn out. And I said, baby steps.
Yeah.
I go, if you think you can lift a 95-pound bar, do a 75-pound bar.
That's a
You
good
think you
idea.
can do a 135-pound bar, do a 95-pound bar. Promise me this. And I didn't do this. I recommended him use a lighter wall ball, but he gave himself rules that I think when he started out, it was like a 12 or 14-pound wall ball instead of a 20 until his body just kind of got adapted.
Yeah.
And right now, this is crazy. It's only been a few months, but here's the thing.
I noticed a
he
difference
is-
in him.
He is on top of his nutrition, though, now. I
Yeah.
mean, he's getting his protein in. He's definitely not overeating.
He's all in.
Okay, yes. But everything for him is sustainable. But he's on a cruise right now drinking. All
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So, but, I mean, he's living his best life, but that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You have to make things that are sustainable.
And balance
so he has abs right now.
But that's how he got back
That's
into
what I was
it. Baby
gonna say,
steps.
like-
He has never had abs in his life. I get
Congratulations, Chad,
I
on
got
the
a
abs.
picture of him on the boat yesterday flexing. I'm like, I told his wife, we're in a little group message. And I
Yeah.
go, he has never ever looked that good in his life. And
Yeah.
you're welcome.
That's right.
He
Hey,
looks so good.
I
I'm blown away.
believe it.
And he's 49 years old.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing, though, how
Yeah.
somebody can look their best and feel their best at 40 or 50 or even 60? I mean, you know?
And maybe it helps somebody else out there. I didn't start working out till I was 39.
Oh, that does help big time. Yeah.
And I had the ultimate dad bod. I wasn't overweight,
You
but
were-
I had the
yeah.
ultimate. I looked like I was 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And that really that bothered me.
That's
Yeah.
so socially
My-
acceptable, though. Like,
Apparently it's like
for
a
men to
thing
be
now.
walking around with a dad bod. I mean,
Come on,
that's
ain't nobody
good.
like a
Like,
dad
we don't want to
bod.
put anybody down, but like,
Man, my oldest daughter, no, they hate it. I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
But
Like I said, nobody likes to be fat.
because here's the thing, on the app, and I try to get people at the gym also. When they start, the first thing I want you to do is take a picture.
Yeah.
Get down to
Yeah.
like booty shorts and sports
Yeah.
bra. Most of them do not do it. You know why? They don't believe they're going to change.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
think they can. Well, that's for Chad. That's for Mark.
Yeah.
That's for Dee Dee. That's and no. The reality is.
yeah.
So
See,
my-
that resonates with me, and
Hey.
I'll tell you more about my story that we talked about that you know we mentioned last week when you're
And so we and you get people to do that, and hey, I'm like, hey, listen, if your body, women, look how they are in pictures. Oh wait, let me get this good angle. I don't
Yeah.
look as fat here.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we do.
And here's the deal:
1,000%.
Body image is huge. And
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
I try to. That's just pulls at my heartstrings because I want everybody to look good. I want everybody to be healthy. My parents died a horrible death. Okay, just they worked hard their whole life, and the medical system, I'm going to say, failed them, but they failed themselves to a point, and it's where I don't want to be.
Yep.
As I get older, they worked so hard, and all of a sudden they got to where they weren't working as hard, and everything goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
because the work
yeah.
was their workout.
Was there?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
they when you got kind of sedentary,
Yep.
boom, downhill fast.
Yep.
And then now, don't get me wrong, and if I was a doctor, good grief, you go to the doctor, hey, quit eating so much, you need to work out. Okay. And then what do? You don't do it.
Right.
Then you go back, well, let me give you these pills. And then
Yeah.
now we're mad at the doctors
Yeah. Yeah.
for giving
yes.
pills.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like telling your kid,
Yes.
hey, keep staying on the street, you're going to get hit by a car. Keep
Yeah.
playing on the road, you're going to get hit by
Yeah.
a car. You get hit by a car, oh, I got hit by a car, stupid car. No, stupid,
Yeah.
you're stupid.
Yeah.
And so there's that kind of give and
Yeah.
take there on that. So, but they just went downhill so fast. And if they would, and this stinks, my dad's a diabetic. I go to sit in an office with him at the Veterans Center in Oklahoma City. I'm in there with a doctor of pharmacology. You can have your toast for breakfast. You can have your
No.
you can have your gravy. I'm sitting there going,
Why?
and guess what? Guess what my dad hears? Oh,
I
biscuits
can
and
eat,
gravy.
I can eat a loaf
Yeah.
of bread.
You already give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and then
But
the
there's a lot of people-
doctor's
there's a lot of
like,
people that say if you want to become a diabetic, eat the ADA guidelines.
yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
that
for
is so
sure.
true.
It
But
is so true.
That's a whole nother story. But anyway,
It is.
so,
That's a whole
I can't wait
podcast
for your
episode.
podcast to
Yeah.
come out
They,
because these are going to be
Seriously.
but anyway, but their end of life was miserable.
Oh, I hate
Okay,
that. I'm sorry.
And, I hate it too. It was so sad. Now, if they would have went, you go back a few years, okay, and you change nutrition, movement, exercise. That might have been me.
It's okay.
That's okay.
And you change those two things, they live a different life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their end of life is different. And
Movement alone. And so, if people are out there listening who have diabetes or who have parents who have diabetes and you're fighting those genetics, because it is, and we all fight, most of us fight genetics. Movement alone, like just moving, like not sitting, and like you said, being sedentary is so beneficial.
I want to buck the system a little bit on this whole genetics. I'm talking type 2 diabetes, okay?
Yeah.
I always say, no, but you did, it's not genetics. The only thing genetic about it was your parents grew up on biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And now they're feeding you biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your diet is genetic.
It is
Yeah.
And that's
diet
what it is.
makes a huge difference.
And so, anyway, we, you change those two things. Your goal, the life that you live. You're in ministry. I get so mad at people, especially any faith whatsoever, okay, whatever faith, but I'm of the Christian faith. I love Jesus, even though
And your
sometimes
shirt says so,
Amen.
too.
even
Amen.
though sometimes I don't act like it.
Same.
So-
We all.
Oh, I need that shirt, by the way.
know.
I want it in a
It's a
sweatshirt.
Redline
I
shirt, too.
know.
The hoodies are awesome. We're getting
I
ready
want
to do
a
a hoodie
hoodie.
order.
Oh yeah,
I
we
want a
want
hoodie.
hoodies.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
You would think,
Easily distracted.
I tell you,
Squirrel.
believers in Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, let's pick on them for a minute. All right,
That's me.
you would think
Me too.
the older you get, the more ministry you should have, right?
You would think.
You would think, but no, we're too busy living in a nursing home because we didn't take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're spirit, soul, and body, but what do we do with our body?
Exactly.
We totally
Your body
ignore-
is a
You're-
temple.
Oh, but we can pray.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to feed some hungry people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to clothe some naked people. Sometimes you need to give somebody some money.
Yeah.
But no, because you live in a nursing home, you're broke now.
Yeah.
You can't walk the streets. Yeah. And that goes all over me.
Yeah.
And they see it as vain. When we had the restaurant,
Yeah.
I hated Sundays.
Yeah. Mark had the most awesomest barbecue business.
It was a family
In-
business,
in
like 30
Madill.
years in Madill, Oklahoma.
Miss it.
Very cool.
And a lot of people miss. I miss it.
bet.
But I'm just Sunday, for example.
Yeah.
All right. People up there
Just
preaching, and each church is different. Yeah, you know where I'm going with it. And it's like, even today, people are, they're condemning whatever agendas out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever. A sinner's job is to sin. Don't get mad at them for sinning. They're doing their job. All right. They don't know Jesus. You know Jesus. All right. They would come in and get done. Oh, we love Jesus. We're doing our best to live our holy life, but by George, they turned into a gluttonous pig at that. That's what they were at. I'm sitting there going, wow, and now they're trying to witness to somebody. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
but they're blinded to it because
Yeah,
when it
because
comes to
it-
our body,
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
And
like,
because
oh,
they
it's-
blessed it beforehand.
Yeah,
That's
that too.
right.
There you
Yeah.
go. And
Yeah.
I'm guilty too. So.
No, and I'm not saying I'm above
Yeah.
that. I just say, yeah. No, I'm not saying I'm above it.
Yeah.
God forbid somebody will
No,
think
but
that.
Yeah.
you're saying that our body is a temple and we need to take care of it.
Yeah.
And that it's our choice.
It's
Just like
weird.
it's our choice to go and steal something from the grocery store. Mm-hmm. It's our choice. What are we going to do with what we put in our mouths?
Exactly. We got example. You'll have people like, let's stay with diabetes, for example. I need to be healed of diabetes. Jesus, heal me. All right?
But then
and
they go
Jesus
home
is
and-
going,
But they're ate
quit eating
some honey
biscuits
bun
and gravy.
before they
I love
came.
biscuits and gravy, but
Yeah.
Go
Have
out
you
and-
seen that
Same
meme where it's
I'm
like
go have
a plate?
Twinkie in their mouth. God,
Yes. Have you seen that
man,
meme?
do.
Have you seen that meme where it's a plate loaded down and it's like, Jesus bless this food to the nourishment of my body, and then it's like Jesus is like, because it's
I
like,
love it. I haven't seen it, but I
I'll
think
send it
it's
to you
funny.
next time I see it. I've seen it
I need
multiple
that.
times.
Really?
I will share that. But yeah, and so that's what it comes down to. You want to hear a really cool
So
story?
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
So it comes along the lines of everything we're talking about. This is one of my favorite stories because it's still fresh. It's still new. I had a lady in our gym come up to me and she said, "Hey, my mom wants to come to the gym," and I'm like, "Okay, cool," but I'm used to that. And to be honest,
Yeah,
with you,
and by the way, I have noticed Mark posts a lot of things on Facebook on Redline Functional Fitness, and so he does daily stories, and I love looking
I
at
do
them
too.
because it motivates me.
It does.
And I noticed you have a lot of not elderly, but we'll say
Older people.
elders
yeah.
that are attending and doing things, and I'm like, it makes me like I need to be doing that. Like
Yeah.
they can do
For
it, I can do
sure.
it.
And so that's why a lot of times I won't post like our super fit people because
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's intimidating.
People are like, but then
I
again,
have
when I started
actually
catching crap
noticed
from
that.
some of them, they're like, "How can you never post me?
Post
You're
both,
too hot."
like alternate. But
Yeah,
seriously,
why didn't
but
you
I
ever
will
post
say,
me?
I'm glad you
You're
do
too
that
beautiful.
though.
Stop it.
I'm glad you do that because for me, when I look at it and I see girls on there that aren't perfectly slim and all that, I'm like, okay, because it is intimidating.
Yes.
And that's what I was going to, and I don't want to interrupt your
no, you're
story,
good.
but like, that's what I was going to talk about earlier that we mentioned last week is that when Owen was diagnosed, to speak to our moms who are watching us right now, if you're in that, when my son was diagnosed with autism and I went through like a really horrible time. And in the moment, I didn't realize I was so depressed, but I was, and I was grieving this life that I thought my child would have. And in like 90 days. I told you I gained like 30 pounds and was just so depressed. And
That's a normal thing
it
for
is.
our moms.
And what
with
we've
new
talked to
diagnosis.
about the moms is that they all went through that,
Yeah.
because you don't imagine that your child is going to have all these therapies and possibly have to live with you for the rest of your life. And then what,
Yeah.
So it's a lot that's on your mind, and it's easy to get depressed on that. And then I shared with you that when I did sign him up for ABA therapy, and Owen was a full timer, meaning he was in ABA therapy like a full-time job, 40 hours a week. And the closest place was for us to drive him to Frisco from Sherman. So it was like an hour one way. So my whole life changed. I didn't have a job anymore. I didn't have my business anymore. I was dedicated to just taking him to therapy. And I was sharing with Mark last week that when I started taking him to therapy, I would stay down there, while he was in therapy. So I thought, I'm going to go to a gym. And of course, my gut, instinct was I need to go to the gym to lose weight, right? Because that's all women think about is losing weight. First, I signed up at the gym, made my husband go in with me to sign up. Then that was on a Friday. And the next Monday was my first day to take Owen to therapy and drop him off. My plan was to go to the gym and just I could be at the gym all day if I wanted to be, just burning calories and, whatever. And I had a personal trainer. And I literally went to the gym for the whole first week and sat in the parking lot and never went in because I was so intimidated.
And I think a lot of people do that.
And that was hard for me to even
say. To take courage to take that first step.
Yeah.
The lady y'all pay rent to here?
Yeah.
So
I love you, Sarah.
So
hey, Sarah.
I do too, Sarah. Anyway, so she came with one of her best friends, and that had been coming a little bit. And it's just the same thing you just said. She was like, I wanted to come a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was so scared. But once you're in there, she's like,
it's different.
Why did I not come?
Yes. Especially, I feel like at your gym, I never have felt more accepted. And same way, we struggle with inclusion. We're moms of autism kids, and we're isolated. We really are. The only time get out is work, church, or
it's all about
therapy.
It's all about hospitality.
Yeah.
And if you can't have fun working, my main goal is for you to have a good time.
Yes.
If there's something like, Mark, that looks too hard, too heavy, too whatever,
you modify it.
Yeah, let's change it. We're here for you. You're not here for me.
I love
You're not
that.
here to perform for me. And so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The main thing is you're having a good time. You're moving.
Yeah.
What would you recommend, though, to those people who, because I know I can't be the only one, who, like you said, the girl that was like, hey, I wanted to do this a year ago. What do you recommend to get them to finally just
take that plunge
and walk in?
Easy.
I mean, nervous to even walk in. And I still feel that way even about your gym. And even though I've seen the stories and, all that.
About your pain pleasure points.
Yeah.
Okay. Example, why do we not go to the gym? Is because we see it as pain. All right.
I think it was more of for me, I didn't see that. I was willing to do whatever. And I do think that's the case for some people. I think for our moms, it might just be literal depression. You think so lowly of yourself, like you're not worth this. It's a confidence issue. It's everybody is going to be looking at me like, what's she doing here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. But that's not just women though.
So, absolutely. I see a men's side too.
Number one, you need to find a pain point. You need to find a pain point so painful, it does the intimidation goes away.
Okay.
Example.
Yeah, I was going to say, for example.
For example.
Take a picture of yourself naked.
Okay.
Just kidding. And be like, I gotta get to the gym,
girl.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to see this.
Ain't nobody want to see that.
A 2-piece swimsuit.
Stick
it on your refrigerator. All right.
Yeah.
Scare everybody on the fridge. Okay.
Cat will be like, who is that?
He'll say something. He'll be like, Mom.
He'll finally talk.
You
He'll
gotta
be like, get in the gym.
Mom.
So,
sorry.
Anyway, wow. You gotta find a pain point.
Be like, oh.
Outside of that,
You have to have
people
motivation too.
Yes and no.
I can tell you my pain point when you're done.
And so I have
Is
a lot
that
of
picture
people,
on the fridge?
Nope.
I have a lot of people that call me. Like I had a couple just start last week, and he's in his 60s. She's upper 50s.
Oh, I love that.
And he had weight loss surgery. He's lost 150 pounds. Is still a big dude.
Wow.
And
Way to go, though.
I made them get on the floor last week to stretch a little bit.
And they couldn't get up.
Correct.
That's what
Oh, you're
I'm not
serious. They
kidding
really
you.
couldn't. Sorry.
That's not-
I'm joking because sometimes when I get on the floor, I'm like, am I going to be able to get up?
I
But you're
know,
serious. I'm
but
sorry.
that's it. That's scary.
And they stood
That's their
up.
fear.
And the thing is, they're like, I never thought in my life just getting down the floor, getting up, being an issue. And they're
Because
like,
when
this
have
is
they ever
something
had to
I-
do that
Exactly.
at home?
And it
This is
does
something-
happen fast.
It does.
Like, I know we've all been like that, especially if you're like transitioning from your 30s to your 40s and you're like, oh, I got in the floor and like, I literally, no, this is my joke when I get in the floor for anything. I'm like, what else can I do while I'm down here?
Yeah, before you get up.
Because I don't want to have to do this again, right?
So, but anyway, but in their first days, even they'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, when they squat, they just sit onto a box.
Yeah.
And they stand up.
Still.
But
those are your baby steps, like you were talking about
I've dealt with
earlier.
people like that before. But I've had people call me and they're like, "Here's the deal. I'm scared." I'm like, "Cool, meet me up here.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Let's come up here. Come up here before."
So if you're scared, call Mark.
I would like to come too. Call me.
Yeah.
I'll go
Hey,
up there
get a
with you
friend.
because I'm about to start too.
Get a friend.
Me too. Let's do it.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Really? I just told
Yes.
Mark you weren't in.
I think I might be.
Okay.
Okay.
You better.
Let's do
The
it.
thing is, when people get in there,
Don't act surprised. Really?
I wanted you to. I told Mark yesterday. Brenna's not in, but I am.
Brina doesn't want to be healthy. It's fine. I mean, I have a membership,
Well-
but I'll have two.
so you ready for this? So everybody, men and women both go through this. I'm scared. All right, I can't do what you do.
Yeah.
All right? Everybody's gonna stare at me. Everybody's gonna think, "What are you doing here?"
And
Yeah.
ain't
Oh my
nobody
God,
thinking about you
I'm gonna
that's
be-
there.
I'm gonna be the
saying
fattest
that to
person
myself.
here. I'm gonna be the skinny, depending on how you are, skinniest
Yeah,
person
yeah.
here. I'm gonna definitely be the weakest person there. And the thing is,
That's what I'm
everybody,
afraid of.
No matter
Like being the weakest.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you one I had there today.
I am.
So everybody goes through those. It's the funniest thing ever. And,
But
and
I've
they get there,
never-
they're like, "Oh my God, nobody's even looking."
Nobody
at
I
me.
was going to
cares.
say, I've never
Nobody
even
cares.
noticed that someone would had
Yeah.
a smaller bar or started.
No.
And if I did,
I
I
don't
was
ever
happy
look at-
for them.
So,
Like, I'm
yeah.
glad you started.
I
and
have a young lady there now, and she's, kid you not, under 35 years old. Okay? But she's just so frail. I have these little 15-pound technique bars.
yeah.
Okay? And that's her
Yeah.
bar right now.
Yeah.
Whenever we're outside of dumbbells, you know.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
That's
It's
okay.
just baby weight. She's moving. She's getting, because.
But she'll get stronger.
Yep.
But let me tell you my fear. My son is 6 foot. He's maybe 130 pounds. He is forever going to need my care. Forever. That means I got to live to be
Yes.
120.
We have to be strong. And
or
that's the thing
until
with
the
our.
good Lord comes and rescues us. But
Yeah.
that every day is a fear of mine. And it makes me want to do better.
Yeah.
And what do I have to do to get better and to be able to lift him? I do have to lift him sometimes. His hip will go out, and I literally have
This
to
is
hold
your
him.
pain point.
That's my pain point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your
So
motivation.
parents out there, I'm saying that too. I know y'all feel like me. Y'all might
Yeah.
have little ones right now, but your little ones get big,
Yeah.
and
They
if-
do, because mine just turned 9 and it's literally just been the last year where I'm like seeing Owen
and
like
he's gonna
Tad,
want to hold you.
and you're
at
seeing
100.
Tad,
Tad
like,
wants me to hold him.
at 130
And
pounds.
I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to hold you, boy. So I just have
Get
to
over
get
here in
stronger.
this mama's lap
And
right
what?
now.
My goal when I go start this week, my goal is I have to at least be able to lift 130 pounds.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm going to work up to it, which I know I can, by
Yeah,
the way.
you can. You know you can.
If I can lift him, I can. But I want to encourage moms out there.
Yeah.
If you don't have a pain point or a fear point, let it be your kid because it is mine.
I had one lady,
100%.
Yeah.
She was over 300 pounds.
That's a really good point.
Okay. And they lived by a creek. And her kids, at this time, they were very little. This is, I don't know, it's probably 7, 8. What year is this? Yeah, that's probably 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the little kids are down there playing. And there's a creek. And all of a sudden, she just had this, like a vision type thing. It's like, if her kids
Yeah.
Yeah.
fell in that creek,
She wouldn't be able to.
she could not physically run down there to save her children.
Yeah.
That was the pain point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All the intimidation. I mean,
You-
you're still nervous. You're still
Absolutely.
scared,
Yeah.
but who cares? I
But
wanna
you
save my
have to have
kid.
something to outweigh that fear.
Yes.
And that's
the
it.
whole pain pleasure. The pleasure of saving my child
Yep.
outweighs the scaredness of
Oh yeah.
I love
going to the
that.
gym.
I do too. Like I've had
And-
a whole revelation this
Woo!
podcast. I'm serious. Like I was like,
We're going to
I'm
be there
good.
at 5:45
Now
in
I'm
the morning.
like, yep, we're going to Mark's,
And
working
so-
out.
5:45
Y'all
in the
get ready
morning.
for us.
5:45 class, the early class. Everybody is like, there's a ton of people from like Victory Life Church.
Yeah.
And there's a few
Great.
from, I think Fusion and First Baptist.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. But anyway, it's a bunch of normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there to be healthy
Yeah.
through their end of days. They're not there
Yeah.
to bench
Win a
press 400
CrossFit.
pounds, win a CrossFit
Same.
And by the
competition.
way, your gym is not, it's functional fitness. Yes, there's CrossFit techniques, but it's functional fitness and it's lifting.
Well, technically,
I mean,
there's no example.
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
tell us
let's,
about
I
it.
get frustrated.
I
when
do
people
too.
are like, oh, hey, you're
I can't do
CrossFit.
CrossFit. It's not
If it
really.
looks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck.
No, it's a goose.
That's right. So, do we do some of the same workouts that some CrossFit gyms will do?
Yeah.
Yes. I used to be a CrossFit affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with that being said, especially in this area here, CrossFit has two areas. All right,
Okay.
they got the health area and they got the sport area. The problem is the sport of it has exploded so much
Mm-hmm.
and you
That
get these
people don't
You get
realize.
these people who played college basketball, football, and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then they get into CrossFit and think, oh, you can compete and do this? Oh, wow, it's
Oh yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and now most CrossFit gyms are more of a sport.
Yeah.
Everything's measured. Everything's timed. They'll come into my gym. I had these few a while back. They joined our gym, and you know.
Where do we put our stats?
Yeah, and they're like, and it's like sometimes they just find their identity in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're talking to a mom of a handicapped child. You're talking
Yeah.
to a mom who runs 3 businesses. You're talking to a doctor.
Yeah.
You're talking to a certain. You have no idea.
Yeah.
How many rounds you get? And they go, I don't know. What do you mean? You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
You don't even, that's the thing, you
Yeah.
don't even have
and,
to.
And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to know who won? And they're like, I don't care.
Exactly.
I'm here for me. I'm not here
Yeah.
to beat you. I'm not
I do
here
love
to-
that.
But now, there is an aspect of it. all
Sure.
right?
And you do.
Chad will never beat me at anything. Okay?
But he
I will-
tries
Did you hear
to.
that, Chad?
That gives him motivation.
Listen,
like you,
he can smoke me in running. Okay?
come on, we all have a competitive side, and
We
I'm
do.
not gonna lie. When I get in the gym, I'm competing.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
going
We
to.
can compete
But-
with each
but-
other.
But
and
it's
I'll let
okay.
you-
But
and you'll
that's that
win, so
healthy-
it's fun.
That's a healthy competition. Yeah.
With your friends, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to walk up to somebody you don't know across
That you
and be
don't
like,
even
I
know.
smoked
Yeah.
you. You know?
Yeah.
I do that to my niece. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 43 and you're what, 20 something?
can-
I can beat you.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
Ellie.
kidding.
Sorry, Ellie.
I love you,
I'm
Ellie.
sorry. But so what you do is, first of all, you come in. We watch you for a few weeks. We make sure you move correctly.
Yeah.
all right? There's no need to add intensity.
Safely.
No need to add weight until you can move
Okay.
consistently over a period of time. Okay. Then, as you're moving well, we watch you. Then let's add a little bit of weight, add a little bit of intensity. And I always tell people, when you first start, CrossFit gym you go to, you may do a certain workout. Like, let's say they might do Fran. Okay.
Yeah,
This
oh,
a lot
Lord.
of this is just old school stuff. CrossFit used to be known for these throwdowns.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, let's meet up on a Saturday, meet up on a day.
Yes.
Boom, let's go hard, heavy.
Yes.
Until we just
fastest
collapse.
wins, all right, and they're puking everywhere.
Yes.
That and in defense of CrossFit, that really don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Every now and then you get some not old timers, but people who just they like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now CrossFit hasn't developed any movements itself. They take movements from
Gotcha.
swimming, from gymnastics,
Gotcha.
powerlifting, Olympic lifting, and they cross them up. There we get CrossFit.
Gotcha.
CrossFit
And then
has
add
nothing
cardio
on-
into it.
Yes, and then do running. Running's the most popular sport on the
Or
planet.
burpees
Okay.
or rowing.
And so, and the idea is just to mix it up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't create anything new. They just turned a sport out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the cool thing is when you do that type of working out, you look at the majority of people who do that compared to anything else, they're the healthiest people on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah,
Okay?
they are.
And I'm talking I was watching the CrossFit Masters
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing 70, and I think one of them might have been 80 years old doing muscle ups.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
amazing.
That you ain't gonna find that in
No.
bodybuilding. You're not gonna
Yeah.
find that in running.
No.
Yeah.
Not
Just the
out of broad
strength that they
spectrum.
have
So,
on their
but-
own body.
But that's the sports
Weight.
side of it. So you know, we do everything from we do some Olympic lifting. We really don't do snatches anymore. You probably don't know what that is.
Too many injuries.
Not that the professionals.
Yeah.
Actual in the Olympic lifters, they practice every day.
Yeah.
With that. The
Yeah.
risk reward for my moms
Yes.
and dads is not
Right.
there.
Yes, you're
Right.
right.
Okay,
Right.
we did it for a while. I love it. It's one of my favorite movements.
I like snatches too, but I love how you can give them a choice. Do you want to do snatches today, or do you want to do
And
overhead?
Now I make sure I won't let them do it unless they're strong.
Yeah.
Unless they
Yeah.
can strict press, push press, and then push jerk.
Yeah.
At least. All right. Then I'm like, hey, if anybody would like to learn snatch today, clean and jerk is a movement. But if you'd like to do a snatch, I'm going to teach you a snatch. And, and if you know it, you may do a snatch instead of a clean and jerk kind of a thing. But outside that, no, because it's just not there. We don't do handstand push-ups a lot.
Yeah.
That's an advanced movement. It's not a. So we can do like a wall walk. We'll do a wall hold. You can just do a sitting down press over your head with it.
Yeah.
There's so many different variations for it, and I'm more focused on you as an individual, us as a class, us as a
Gotcha.
business, as a culture.
Yeah.
In that, and so our culture, that we have a really good culture.
Yeah.
And so,
It seems like it.
and what I mean
in the
by
videos
that is,
and pictures
so
and stuff.
your community, people get mixed up with community sometimes. Oh, our community's off. No, community is the people.
Yeah.
Okay, people are in and out of there all the time. People are going to quit. People are going to move.
Sure.
All right. People are going to pass away.
Yeah.
And then, but it's no matter who you plug into that spot,
Yeah.
that culture is still there. It's because you just learn from others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like osmosis. Is that the
I
right
love
word?
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And that's important. And like I said, I hope that moms out there see this and get motivated
And
to.
he was about to tell a
Oh,
story.
sorry.
And
I'll tell a story.
no, I was going to say I cut you off and then told my story.
You did.
But you
Fine.
said I have a really cool story because it's fresh
very inspiring. It just
and
this is all-
inspiring. And I didn't want him to
No, you're
to
good.
quit.
Oh,
without
let's do
him.
the story and then we
Yeah.
need to close out.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I had a. I'll try to talk fast.
No,
You're
you don't have to
good.
talk
No, you're
fast.
good.
I want to hear the story.
One of my members come up, and she's mid-30s, and she goes, "My mom wants to come to the gym."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, I do math in my head. All right, she's 60-ish years old. Okay, this won't last long. That's the first thought that comes to my mind. All right, because some people they see a child, they'll see a relative, but they don't realize it's every dang day.
Yeah.
Okay, but whatever. And I'm like, okay, when's she coming? She's here now. I'm like, all right, whatever. But she wasn't inside yet. And then she goes, she's blind.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, but my pay grade, I can't do it. Nope. The first time ever, I've been like, way
Intimidated.
Like
You talk about
uncomfortable
intimidation.
doing
Yeah.
that.
uncomfortable. I'm like, well, she's here. You're going to have to figure it out. Except one of my friends. So
Yeah.
she just like, here you go. Figure it out, buddy. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, think, Mark, think. And I was stressing.
Yeah.
And
You're like the liability.
I meet her, and I'm like, okay. Now, here's the deal. She hasn't always been blind. She was a working nurse.
Wow.
And then a few years ago, I think a few years ago, I got to be careful saying timelines because I don't know the exact
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
timelines. Anyway, so she goes blind.
So she
Can't see.
lost her
She works here-
sight.
She works here at the hospital.
Wow.
Okay, lost her sight. Has been living in just a little camper trailer, I think.
So no movement
No,
much.
what's she gonna do?
Yeah.
Fall? Not
Yeah.
going back inside.
Yeah.
Eating just junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what she can feel around.
Yeah,
And
you're
I mean,
not
when
doing a lot of cooking if you can't see,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, blind. I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. So I just made her. I got her a box. I got her a rower. I know I can teach anybody to row.
Absolutely.
Okay. I got her a box. We can sit down, stand up, and I can't remember. I might have had something else there. Oh, I think I had like a set of put her by some ring rows also. But I had it. I had made her feel around where she could find all her stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, she really is blind.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, let's go. So I showed her exactly what to do. Now you talk about somebody doing something completely different.
Yeah.
But yet the same time frame.
Yeah.
It may not be the same reps, but it's when everybody else is going, this
Yeah,
person is
she's
going,
working too.
all right?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to fit in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she's doing it. She just had the best day ever.
I love
Okay.
that.
And anyway, so we talked back and forth. All of a sudden, she started showing up.
Yeah.
Okay. And she could only come, I think, it's like 3 days a week, something
Yeah.
along them lines, just because people were helping. Now, by the end of that session, I'm like, oh, we're totally vested.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, we're going to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
I'm like, now so she's my project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
Figure
see
it out.
this to fruition and like see
And,
her, like have her see some results.
So, best results ever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she was like, all right, what do I need in nutrition? I'm like, quit eating the garbage.
Yeah.
I talked to her about protein, talked about her total calories. I gave her a calorie limit, I gave her a protein limit.
Yeah.
Okay, a protein goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. And I go, and you know the junk.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
Yeah. You know.
you know the junk.
You know.
Yeah.
It's the highly processed,
Yeah.
super processed carbs.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's fighting for her life.
Yeah.
All right. And, this isn't like, some skinny chick or somebody in their mid 30s is like, this ain't going to hurt me. No.
Yeah.
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 It can hurt. And so a few weeks goes by. All right. And all of a sudden, I think we are at church one day. Okay. And Kelsey, it was during praise and worship. And Kelsey looks at me and she goes, I really feel like God's going to heal her. Her name's Amanda.
Yeah.
I'm going to heal Amanda's eyesight.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. Well, how do you present that to someone?
Yeah.
All right. Because you don't know I don't get up in everybody's
Yeah.
spiritual
Sure.
business
Sure.
all the time. Anyway.
And
so-
it's a fine line because
It
you don't
is.
want to speak on behalf of your business. Like, hey, if you come here, we can.
You're gonna be
help you
healed.
Get your eyesight
could,
back.
Darn right. You do it right. We'll give you
Right.
healing power.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, Kelsey goes, I'm going to go tell her. So, and I'm just watching. I'm helping somebody. I'm watching, helping somebody watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're at the gym now?
Yes, we're at the gym. She's working out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we just finished a workout, and I'm helping somebody.
Yeah.
And she tells her, man, she just kind of breaks down. And she's like, I believe that. I really believe that. And I've been praying, and just
Oh,
all this
wow.
was the breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome. And I was like, okay, cool. So we're working out, and I'm like, now, Amanda, your nutrition, boom. It's always key. It's
Yeah.
the foundation.
Yeah.
And she's come along. Then I think another 3 weeks or so go by. And then Kelsey and I go to a conference in Dallas during praise and worship again. And she's just stopped. She looks at me. She goes, it's her blood pressure medicine. Something with her blood pressure
Oh my
medicine.
gosh.
Wow. How do you present that? Walk
Yeah.
in, Amanda, we think it's in your blood pressure meds. All right. You do what you got to do with that. That's on
Yeah.
you. But
Yeah.
whatever. Come to find out she was on 4 different blood pressure
Oh
meds.
my gosh.
Okay. Anyway,
Wow.
so we're cruising along. I kid you not. Now, mind you, here's the cool thing. This is what everybody misses. It's not just about the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just a piece of the
Sure.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets on. They have a pool where she lives.
Mm-hmm.
She's in there, moving, walking, swimming the best she can, as long as she can, every day.
Wow.
Every day she comes to the gym. Every day she can't go to the gym. All right. On top of her nutrition, her daughter helped her out with a few things here and there. Guess what? She comes in one day. I can see. She can see very good, but she could see.
Hey.
Wow.
All right. Then it comes in. It's like,
Progress.
hey, I went to my doctor.
Baby
I'm
steps.
I'm off this certain medication. And fast forward a little bit, I think she's off all her medications. She can actually see right now.
Are you
Now, she has some
serious?
glasses she wears.
But she's able to
Oh
get
my
off of her
gosh.
medication
I love
because
that.
of her
Yeah.
health.
Yeah. So check this
nutrition
out.
journey.
This lady, I don't know. I'm not going to say how old I think she is because if I say it wrong, she'll get mad at me. She might hit me or something. But anyway, she's over 50,
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
9.
she definitely
She's over 59.
Definitely
it.
55. Anyway, hey, she has a bicycle. She rides a bike. She'll ride 3 to 5 miles
Oh my
a day.
Because she can
She-
see
Yeah.
now
Hey, she's
enough
one thing
to.
she'll never take for granted.
Oh,
And,
no.
and if she
how
can't make it to
amazing.
there's a lot of weeks now she makes it one day a week. But you know what she's doing every other day? Riding her bike and swimming.
And swimming. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You said
And
she swims every day.
She has lost 47, 48 pounds.
Wow. But she's so
Does
much
this lady
stronger
live down
now,
Streetman
too.
Road by any chance?
No.
Okay. I see a lady riding her bike, an older lady, every single day.
She lives out.
And I just happened to wonder if it was.
Good for
I
you,
can't
lady
remember
that rides your
I
bike
know,
down
I'm sorry.
Streetman
I was
every
just
day.
thinking.
She actually lives in Cartwright.
Okay.
I think, or right around Cartwright.
Yeah.
but
Rides that
her
bike.
kids live on. I think it's Sterrett Road. Is that the name of that road out there? Dirt roads.
Don't ask me.
I don't know.
That's
The
y'all's
names of people
area.
You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, but she'll one day, man. Listen. This lady, she's been attacked by.
I think we need to have her on the podcast.
We're going to.
Well, you should have her on
I need to
yours.
have her on yours too. Talk to
Yeah.
her. Hey, listen. She's been chased by dogs on her bike.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sure.
There was one day.
People, keep your dogs up.
One day.
They can bark, but like
She's
chasing
funny.
you, that's
Listen,
not cool.
She's fun and funny. One day, she was like, she's gonna ride to her daughter's house, and well, she didn't quite make it. She almost made it, but she didn't take like a water bottle with her. She
Oh,
overheated.
no. Oh,
and, like,
no.
And so she made it to
Yeah.
the neighbor's house, and the neighbors. Of course, was out in the country. And
Yeah.
was like, hey, your mom's here.
You need to come get her.
Oh, wow.
I go, I love it. I go, you're a nurse and you don't know to take a water
Yeah.
bottle. Shut up, Mark.
Yeah. So this
I love
lady
that.
literally, that is a great
That's a great-
inspirational story.
Yeah, it
that
really is.
she was blind. She still went in there.
Mm-hmm.
She was overweight, not probably.
It's amazing what she's an inspiration to everybody.
Yeah.
I absolutely love her.
That's
Okay?
awesome.
And but oh my gosh, just to I mean you'll probably see her.
Yeah.
She's coming on a Friday, you'll see her.
Yeah, just to
And,
experience that, and also probably gave you more of a confidence type to that you could handle any situation that walked
Hey,
in.
and you didn't think you'd be able to handle it at
I know.
first.
Yeah.
And like example like her, so like one of her shoulders is jacked up. She cannot when she first started, she could not take I think that's about as high as she could get her
Yeah.
arm out there. She can go overhead now, but it's kind of
Yeah.
But
wanky
you
a
make
little bit,
accommodations for that.
yeah.
You don't,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, she does
expect
it,
her
and she'll
to.
push herself like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Also, but the thing is that the key ingredient in anything, nutrition and exercise, consistency,
Sure, it's the
Yeah.
key.
and this is our life. You know, especially moms of children with autism. It's forever.
Yeah.
And if you do not take care of yourself,
Yeah.
What's gonna?
listen, and people need to hear this. What if you die at an early age?
Exactly.
You can't afford to. You can't
No.
afford to
Yeah.
be unhealthy. You cannot afford.
No.
I always joke to my doctor that I have to live till I'm like 120, 130.
I
Can
do
you
the
make that
same
happen?
thing. I do that.
And
What do I
they
need to
laugh,
do?
and I'm like, no, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you have to be strong.
Yeah.
You have to be able. You have to lift.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why lifting weights is so important.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And so that.
Yeah.
And that's where it at. And if any of the moms want any help, there'll be a link. But I do a little 21-day jump start.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
love that.
idea.
It's
You could
designed-
if you're not around here, you can do it online.
It's designed for at home. All you need is a pair of dumbbells. Okay. Your nutrition's included. Okay.
I love that.
Exercises are included if you don't know how to do it, and they're all basic. It's made for beginners. I have a kind
That's
of
what I need.
I kind of have a heartbeat for beginners.
Yeah.
I want to get people
That's great.
Started.
though.
started.
Well, you have to
I don't
because
care
there's so
if
many
people
people.
come in and
Everybody,
deadlift 600
everybody.
pounds.
Listen,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. This is for everybody.
Yeah.
There isn't anybody out there that isn't going to benefit and that doesn't need
This
to
21
take
day
care of their
Yeah.
nutrition and
it's
be
just a jump start.
exercising.
Then you go into the jump start's just to be kind of. I'm not going to use the word hardcore, but be super consistent for 21 days.
Yeah.
I've
What is it
actually-
like?
I've actually-
28 days to
what-
make
what-
a habit.
Yeah, once you get in there, I say 21 days, and then actually extend it to 28 days.
I was gonna say 28 days.
to change a habit.
And so, but you're very, very consistent.
Yeah.
In that 28 days.
Yeah.
And you'll learn when you do that because it's more of reprogramming your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
You're going to learn every day. You're like, okay, I can't do this every day. No, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
How are you going to get it done? You got to wake up earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
What
gotta
do
go
you
to
have
bed
to
later?
do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
It has
you-
to be a
do you need to-
priority.
Yeah. And I always tell people, "Oh, I've got a baby." Well, take your baby on a walk. Walking is very
But
important.
also bring your baby.
Bring your baby.
I
Yeah, if
I
they're a
love
baby,
that
yeah.
at Redline, the kids come too. Like you have a section for them.
Well, not really a section. We just kind of put them somewhere.
You
But
take
I
care-
have a bounce house over
but
there.
I mean, like-
I've got two.
Well,
wheelchairs,
and you're
I've got a
teaching your
stroller.
child that's a lifestyle way
Yes.
too, and then it
Well,
becomes
not a lot of
normal for
gyms have
them.
that availability,
No.
and I think that's a perk.
A lot of people don't like kids. That's why. I'm joking. But and that's anyway. But you have to. But you can come in. I'll help you with your calorie count. I'll help you with your protein.
And you'll do that
You
online
get-
too for the online moms.
And then every day you get a little short video, whether it's from me or somebody else in the industry,
Yeah.
on just helping explain. The first 5 days are pretty education heavy, but the first day, the longest video is like 5 or 7 minutes. something
Yeah.
like that. Everything else
We can
is
all-
like 2
we
to
can
3
all
minutes.
do
But it's
that.
it's basic.
Mm-hmm.
Winning is in the basics.
Yeah,
It's not
sure.
anything fancy. It's not.
And it's in those baby steps,
It's
and
not-
we've
it's
mentioned
not
that
cold
several
plunging.
times.
Cold
right.
plunging isn't going to make you help your goals. Doing this stuff day
Yeah.
in, day out
Yeah,
is what's going to get it.
sure.
And so you learn to get on a plan that's sustainable. And if I give meal templates out, so it's like if you want to weigh this much, whatever your goal weight is, you're going to eat A, B, C, D this many times. It has a list of food.
That's great.
Proteins, carbs, veggies, starches.
Yeah.
Okay? And then inside the app, actually have a whole meal plan I'll design for you. It's called Smart Meal Plans. If you like to cook, and what you do is you can click on it. There's a whole video. There's a recipe, shopping list. You get that stuff and say you want to cook that for your whole family.
Yeah.
You can change the serving size to 15 people, and you can cook that amount. You give it, and it changes the recipe, the shopping list, everything for
Very
you.
cool.
That's
I
nice.
love that.
We'll link that for sure in the comments, and then you can contact Mark on that information. That's exciting.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for
You're
being a
welcome.
guest on our
Thanks for having
podcast
me.
today. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You got a new member now.
Hey, y'all be watching too, because me and Breen are going to be on Redline Functional Fitness
Yeah.
stories here
That's
to come in
right.
the future.
I'll be on there to
Facebook,
make everybody
Instagram.
feel comfortable
Repre-
that they can come. Oh,
We'll be
that girl can do it. I can do it.
Exactly. We're going to do
She's only
it.
lifting 10
Hey,
pounds.
we're committing. Y'all need to commit.
That's right.
Anyway, thanks y'all for joining us. Thanks TikTok viewers.
See you next time.
We'll
See you
y'all
next
next
time.
time. Bye.
Okay, Mighty Moms, we're signing off.
Connect with us on our Mighty Moms socials, submit your topic ideas, and share it all.
Follow us at Mighty Moms Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Also, visit our website at mightymomspodcast.com. And remember, together we are a worldwide cult of Mighty Moms.
Listen, my carpets used to be a struggle to keep clean. Between 2 boys and 2 fur babies, I was always cleaning up spills and stains. Then I found Ray at Chemdry. And basically, I've had him on speed dial ever since. So when you need your carpets, furniture, or even hardwood floors cleaned, call or even text Chemdry. Ray will get you all cleaned up. Founded, owned, and operated by nurses, Angels of Care Pediatric Home Health's clients are at the heart of everything they do. Proudly serving the medically fragile community since 2000, Angels of Care offers private duty nursing services, speech, physical, and occupational therapies, and respite care across the nation. We are also happy to announce we have started offering services in Colorado. Please visit angelsofcare.com or call 855-45-ANGEL for more information. Get your halos on.
If you've been in an automobile accident or have vehicle damage, S&L Collision Center is the body shop to call for all your auto body repair needs. Larry Hallmark and family have been in business for many years. They are honest and do exceptional work. I have had all of my vehicles repaired by them and have always been satisfied with their work. So if you're in the need for auto body repair, call S&L Collision Center at 580-924-5958. Blackburn Plumbing and Air provides high-quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services in Durant, Oklahoma, and throughout the Texoma region. With a proven track record for getting exceptional results, they are ready to take on even the most challenging plumbing and HVAC issues.
Contact them at 580-775-1779 to schedule your appointment today.
Has your Texoma area kiddo recently been diagnosed with autism? You received an order for ABA therapy but have no idea what ABA therapy is or where to enroll your child to receive ABA therapy? Well, look no further than the Owen Academy. TOA was opened in early 2024 and is owned by a local autism mom who has previous business experience in opening varying categories of clinics in Texas and Oklahoma. But most importantly, she has real-world experience navigating life as an autism mom. The Owen Academy has gone above and beyond to create a beautiful and imaginative environment in their now 2 clinic locations in Durant, Oklahoma, to ensure that their therapy techniques are always child-led and play-based. The Owen Academy is proudly serving many families in Bryan, Atoka, Grayson, and Marshall counties with a goal to always expand when and where there is a need. In addition to their warm and inviting therapy clinics, the Owen Academy has gone the extra mile to ensure the qualifications, compassion, heart, and stamina of their board-certified behavioral analysts and registered behavior technicians. At TOA, we are a family. We would love for you to join us and help us continue to create awareness and compassion for individuals with autism in our community. If you're looking for a career in autism therapy or looking to enroll your child in our therapy services, email us today at info@theowenacademy.com or call 580-706-OWEN. That's 580-706-6936. The Owen Academy, where possibilities are limitless.
Bushwhackers Land Clearing and Brush Grinding Services provide cost-effective land clearing and brush grinding services in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and the surrounding areas. Their environmentally conscious approach keeps soil disturbance to a minimum and can clear without leaving brush piles to burn. They provide commercial land clearing, farm, ranch, pasture clearing, and ROW and pipeline clearing. For all your land clearing needs, call or text Jerry at 580-920-5039 to get your estimates today.
Ladies, let me tell you about my personal experience with Plumped Injectables and Beauty Bar in Durant. Yes, I get Botox like clockwork every 4 months. There's no shame in it for me. I love that I've been able to watch my forehead lines and crow's feet disappear over the last year, and I can't imagine now ever not getting Botox from Randy and her girls at Plumped. Their location here in Durant has such a serene and peaceful vibe. As soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted with a sweet hello and the scent of their very own signature diffuser oil. From Botox, lip flips, and microfacials to lash and eyebrow tinting, hydrating facials, body sculpting and waxing, and so much more, Plumped has all of your top-tier beauty essentials covered. Get your Plumped on by calling 580-634-2852 or emailing plumpedbeautybar@gmail.com. Visit plumpedbeauty.com to see their comprehensive list of services and see what the buzz is all about.